Hi, my name is Karen and I'm here to tell you a story. Today I'll be reading Polar Plunge by Lisa Thornton. They gathered near the pier, pink and beige and brown bodies soft and vulnerable in the cold. The white sky hung above, the sun somewhere above the clouds waiting for spring to show its face again. An old woman guarded a pile of blankets on a folding table next to a big metal container of hot coffee to pour into paper cups when it was over. A television reporter with a microphone milled around asking everyone why. She'd always laughed at adults who chose to jump into a frigid lake. Middle-aged potatoes of people, near naked. What on earth, she would ask her husband. It makes them feel less afraid, he said once. But she'd already done what she was afraid of. Her 17-year-old son seemed to understand why she left. He was still speaking to her anyway. Her 14-year-old daughter hadn't said a word to her in 6 months, not since she found an apartment across town and signed up to go back to school. She'd seen a poster for the Polar Plunge at the grocery store on one of those cork boards up front with the pictures of missing kids and ads for yoga classes. She thought maybe if she did all the opposite things she did before, made all the opposite choices, then things were bound to be the opposite of the way they were before. The opposite of lying in bed frantic, like she'd lost something but couldn't retrace her steps because she didn't know what it was she'd lost or where she was the last time she'd seen it. She'd lie there, thinking about making bracelets in elementary school, of all things. Beaded ones, and braided ones, and rubber bands twisted together. All the kids wanted one of her bracelets, even if they weren't her friends. And then those kids were her friends because of the bracelets. Once she met her husband in freshman year, she didn't make bracelets anymore. She hadn't for a while. But from that point on, it was his car with his music and his friends. His job and their house and their kids. Nothing was hers. She didn't notice it when it was happening, like one of those frogs you hear about, she guessed, that don't know they're being boiled if you turn up the water slow enough. After she'd signed the lease on the new place, she registered at the community college for English comp, speech for the non-public speaker, pre-algebra. She added jewelry making 101 at the last minute. "Thanks for ruining my life," her daughter said before slamming her bedroom door. The bedroom in her dad's house now. Her daughter wouldn't answer her phone calls or texts, but she sent them anyway. Every day. She left voicemails. Pine limbs, bowed by snow, surrounded the lake. Puffs of breath, like tiny cartoon explosions, hovered in front of their faces. Once, she saw a sunburned baby in a public park, long before she had a child of her own. Its skin was red and blistered. It cried and cried in its little carrier. She blamed the mother. It was easy to do. Her son told her the lake water in December would feel like someone sticking tiny knives in her skin. He said it would take her breath away. Someone blew a whistle, and then all she could hear was the sound of pounding feet, bones on wooden slats. They ran down the pier, toward the water, elbows and shoulders and ankles bumping together until there was no more wood to run on. That was Polar Plunge by Lisa Thornton. You can find information about this author in the description below. Thank you for listening to the story today and for keeping me company. Hope to see you next time.